Hello, hello. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is awkward. Okay, it seems like um for some reason okay, let me check something. This is my panel. Let me check what happened. Like, okay. Didn't you hear like anything at all? Yeah, I was speaking and yeah, you couldn't hear me. Yeah, that's so dumb. Okay, anyways, now it's working. So I was explaining that basically I was having some issues with my PC in general. That's why I couldn't stream on Wednesday this week. Okay. So basically I mentioned this before in like previous streams that basically my GPU was crashing. So whenever I had something that was really intensive for the GPU, so for example some like any game open that was like really intensive, GPU intensive, for example, I don't know, I was playing Counter-Strike 2. It's not that that game is really heavy for a GPU, but my GPU is pretty old. I don't have like a high-end GPU, that's why. Anyways, yeah, my GPU was crashing, and yeah, the thing is, I wasn't able to do anything. It's like it was crashing, like the screen was blinking black, and then it reset, and then that was it. So it was doing that a couple times, and then I could use the PC normally, but like it was getting to a point where it was doing it all the time, so it was pretty hard to do anything. And I didn't know if it was the GPU or maybe the PSU, which is the power supply unit on the PC in the tower. So yeah, basically I because what I was doing, I did some stress tests on the GPU to see what was happening, and I noticed that when I lowered the settings, so for example the power consumption and the voltage and clock speed and all of that, it was crashing less and less. So that's how I was using my PC for the last couple days, like maybe 2 weeks. And yeah, basically I figured that it was my PSU that was making the GPU crash, because it was like it's also an old PSU, and it doesn't have like the wattage. I don't know if that's how you pronounce wattage. What wattage? I don't know. Let me see. Maybe. Wattage. Wattage.
Wattage.
Yeah, I said it correctly. Okay. So, yeah, I thought it was like the PSU because it was like a pretty low wattage for my new, because I have like this year I bought like a new motherboard and a Ryzen 7, which is pretty good. And I think that's like, yeah, my PSU was falling short. So I basically bought a new one, which is pretty powerful, pretty cool, in case I sometime in the future buy like, for example, a 4070. It's what I'm aiming for. This PSU should be able to support that, so that's pretty cool. And it turned out that it was my PSU what was making the GPU crash. So as soon as I changed the the PSU, the crash, the GPU didn't crash anymore, basically. So that's pretty good. That's amazing. So yeah, that's basically what I did. And I think my camera is now, it's like, it has like a different color configuration, because I, of course, unplugged everything and plugged it back in again. And I didn't plug everything in the same USB port, and sometimes it loses the data or whatever. So yeah, that's why my webcam is looking a bit weird and different than before, but I don't know what to do about it, because I'm not capturing my webcam through OBS. I'm capturing the webcam through Unity, through my overlay, because I want to, maybe in the future or something, add some effects and everything to that. That's also, I'm able to disable it with my input, so I can disable the camera like this really easily, and I can move it around and place it wherever I want. So yeah, basically that's what I'm doing. That's what I have been doing. Also, I think my audio got like also messed up because of that, because I have an audio interface, and of course I had to plug it in again when I assembled the PC again. So yeah, I think enough talking for now. It's been like 10 minutes. Okay, so other than that, there's one thing I would like to do, because I always like remember to do doing that after I finish the stream, which is basically setting up Nightbot for YouTube, because right now it only works for Twitch. So basically all of the commands and everything only work on Twitch. So Nightbot, basically I have this is my Nightbot for Twitch, and I have my commands here. I don't know if you were supposed to be able to look at this. I guess you do, because I have seen streamers show this screen. But anyways, I will basically log into my YouTube account, okay, in Nightbot, and now we're going to set that up. So let's see, is it this channel? I think it is. Continue, okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, continue. Okay, so, yeah, perfect. So commands, I don't have commands at all here, and I don't know how to export. I don't know if you can do that. Like now this is the Neptosmic account logged into Nightbot. Join channel, I think you only can do this. Yeah, okay, now Nightbot is on my YouTube chat, it should be. So let's add like a really easy command, for example, Discord. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I should yeah, I don't have, oh well, I have the, yeah, I have it here. So what's this? Yeah, this is not correct. Okay, is this correct? Okay, create. Let's see if this works. So it should work if I say exclamation Discord. I'm using StreamerBot, which is a really cool tool for like streaming stuff, and like I use it for my overlay and that sort of thing. And it has like a little window for chat and all of the events, both in Twitch and on YouTube, so in any of the platforms that you're streaming basically. So it's really cool. because I have just one window open, like this one, and I have all of my things here. Basically, I can see like the chat from both streams, from Twitch and also from YouTube, and I can see the events. For example, when somebody follows, like here, for example. So that's pretty cool. And also when I type here, when I respond or anything, it sends it to both chats too. So you're going to see here, I send it to Twitch. You can see it down here. So in my overlay, I only show Twitch chat because for the TOS and whatever. And it sent it to YouTube too, but it's not working, I think. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. Okay, where's my YouTube? This. Okay, I have to add this tab here. Okay. Okay, so oh yeah, it did work. It did work. Okay, that's great. Amazing. Oh yeah, but the message got cut, I think. Yeah, is it because YouTube doesn't let... Maybe the message is too long? Yeah, maybe I should like maybe shorten the message there. I would even just like, yeah, just leave the link only, but I don't know. Okay. So yeah, I think that the command message is maybe it's too long, but I don't know. Let's type it again only on YouTube. Okay. It's much more slower on YouTube, but yeah, it seems like the message was too long. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's working. That's working. So yeah, I think from now on I can just go here and start adding the same commands. What else am I adding here? So yeah, I don't know. I will just leave this for now, and that's enough. We have the Nightbot set up on both streams. That's amazing. Okay, so so that's basically it for this task. Okay. Now, yeah, I can just remove this. Now, getting into Voyager dev. Okay, let's see what we have on Voyager. So today's stream is going to be a really interesting one, a bit different, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. But first, let me show you this. This is the last thing we worked on, and this is what we have been working on in Voyager for the past couple weeks, which is basically the Starfield scene. Okay, the Starfield scene is like a cinematic scene where you only can see like an animation of you traveling into a new constellation. Okay, that's the whole purpose of the Starfield for now. Okay, at least. So in this scene, you're going to see this animation or cinematic when you go into the I don't know, the portal or terminal, or I don't know, I didn't think about a name yet, but when you go into that terminal to like you have the coordinates for a new constellation you're going to travel to, you grab those coordinates and you input them into the terminal, and then you travel into the new constellation. So when you do that, this is what you're going to see. This is like a cinematic that shows you that you're going into a new constellation, okay? This is the whole purpose of this scene, basically. And this is like the basis, the foundations of everything, because you're always going to be inside a constellation, because the constellation is your world map. Like, think about Super Mario Brothers, or I can't think of a better example, because I think Super Mario 3 or maybe Mario World, those have like a set minimap or like world map. But in this case, the constellation is like a world map, and each star is like a level map. So you enter a star, and inside that star you have the planets, which will be the real levels, okay? So the planets are the levels where you play. So that's how I think about it. It's not necessarily like that, because it's not a linear game in like the traditional way. It's not like you start a planet in the planet 1, and then you go into planet 2, and then you can go whatever you want. That's the whole idea. You can explore. The idea, like the the idea is that you explore the planets you want. You have to do like some stuff, of course, in order to progress towards the final goal of the game, the main goal, which will be the equivalent to, for example, if you think about Minecraft. In Minecraft you can do whatever you want. You have like some kind of end goal, which is killing the dragon. Basically, that's the end goal of Minecraft. But you can play the whole game just like building houses, and that's it. Or maybe making like systems for getting diamonds or emeralds or all that kind of stuff that people do. Or maybe just exploring the world and caves and mining and getting resources. You can spend your entire life playing only that on Minecraft, but it has one like main goal. I don't know if it's the main goal, but it has one like thing that you can progress towards, which is going into the end, okay? And how do you go into the end? Okay, you first have to go to the Nether and get some stuff to get the Ender Pearl to craft the eye. I don't remember the names, but you have the eye that you throw, and it guides you towards the Ender Portal. So that's basically what you want to do, what you have to do on Minecraft, in Minecraft. But like you can play without ever doing that, okay? I'm going into a tangent right now, but this is just because I want to explain this. That is basically how I'm structuring the game in terms of like in terms of spaces, okay? Hey Lou. Hello. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Okay, so that's basically how I think about the Voyager. You have the constellations, which are your I think I have, give me one moment. I think I have like a drawing I did at some point about this exact thing. So is it here? I don't think it's here. Yeah, it's not here. Is it universe? Is it here? I don't think it's here. It's not here. I can't remember. Entity, behavior, core, gameplay loop. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Okay. Okay. Check this out. So basically what's happening here, this is how I see the structure of the spaces in the game. Okay, so in your regular game, or not regular, but in your average game, you have this. Okay, in your linear games you have the world and you have your zone map. This is the names I gave this, but maybe it's called something different in each game, but whatever, it doesn't matter. The thing I want to explain is this. Imagine this is your world map. This is the entire game. Okay, so inside here you can go into zone 1, and when you are in zone 1 you can you have the levels that correspond to that zone. Okay, so inside zone 1 you have level 1, 2, 3, 4, and when you complete level 4 you go into the next zone. Okay, so that's basic. This is linear progression, and this is how games are structured, how most games like from the Sega Genesis or SNES, Super Nintendo are structured. Okay, so I'm using like conceptually kind of the same idea. It's the same philosophy basically, but here in the Voyager universe I'm calling this the world map is basically the constellation. Okay, and each star inside the constellation is a zone map. Okay, so it's a zone, so each star in the constellation is a zone. So you enter one of the stars and each star has the planets. Okay, that's basically my idea. Okay, you are in a constellation, you're always going to be inside a constellation and inside one of the stars of the constellation, and each star has its planets, and each planet is what would be the equivalent to the levels. But you don't necessarily go into one planet and go from point A to point B and complete the planet and that's it. You can go into the planet and do the same thing you would do in, for example, No Man's Sky, where you go into this planet and you can explore it and go back and forth and explore however you want, and you can go then back to space. Okay, you're here now and then you can go to that planet now, or maybe you can go to the next star. You were here, you can go there. Okay, so that's the idea. So in terms of progression, there are some limitations, and like I don't want the player to be able to go anywhere all the time because that doesn't make any sense. I want the player to do stuff in order to be able to then go to other places. Okay, that makes sense. So how does the player get to go to other planets? Okay, so traveling from planet to planet is pretty much right now I don't have an idea. I would like to have something that you need to do. I don't know, maybe fueling your ship, maybe. So once you fuel your ship, you can then travel to any planet you want, but you need like a certain amount of fuel for doing that. But I'm not thinking about that. Because like the next thing I'm going to work on is basically going to define how you play and what the mechanics are in the planetary system space. Okay, here. So when you enter a star, there are like there's 3 sections in the game, 3 main sections. You have the star field, which is this. I was about to show you this. So let me first show you this. This is the star field. Okay, this is what you see when you go into a constellation. And whenever you go into a new constellation, any constellation, you will going to see this because it's some kind of cinematic. Okay, so that's the main thing. Aside of that, I want to show you something I've been working. Oh, well, let me just go back to this first. I will show you that in a moment. But basically, that's the first section, not the first, but one of the sections. Then the other section is basically when you are here. Okay, this is your ship, for example. Okay, and this is the planetary system scene or section or whatever. Okay, and while you're here, you're basically on your ship in space. Okay, and so this is the thing I'm yet to define. I don't know what I want to do with this yet. I had something before. Okay, let me show you really quick. This maybe? Yeah, this. Okay, so this is the star field. Okay, this is what we had before. Now it's changed. You cannot navigate freely because what you see here is me pressing W forward to move forward in the star field, but now you don't do that anymore. Okay, now it's automatic. You enter the constellation coordinate and you go automatically to the new constellation, and that's it. And you also don't get to choose the star. Okay, so you go into the star. Conceptually is the same thing. You are inside a constellation that contains a set amount of stars that are connected between each other, and you always are inside one of the stars. Okay, that's the basic idea. And then when you enter the star, okay, this is what happens. You go into the star, blah blah blah. This is old. This is no how the current game is going to be. This is what you see when you're inside the what's the name? The planetary system. Okay, you can see the planets there. You see your ship here, and you're basically in outer space. Okay, you're there floating in space in your starship, and you see the planets. And from here, now this is the thing I was doing before, and now this is no longer what I'm doing. I'm going to do something completely new. Okay, so this is what I was doing before. You open a terminal with a button. It's like a menu where you can see the planets. Okay, you can also see that this planet is not in the orbit. Whatever, doesn't matter. So this is what you had before. You could select which planet to go into the orbit of that planet. Okay, so you select the planet, and then you have this little animation where you go into the orbit of that planet. Okay, and you can see here now orbiting blah blah blah. Okay, the procedural name of the planet. So then after this, you could press down. You basically hold down and you land into the planet. And when you land, you get the normal side-scrolling gameplay where you can jump and attack and all that. Okay, the normal levels. Okay, that's the thing. So what I'm trying to do now is well, I'm explaining basically what the main spaces of the game are. So one of the sections is the star field where you travel into a new constellation. The other section is the planetary system where you are like in outer space with your ship. Okay, this is not how it will look in the game, but this is just like to explain the thing. So this is the thing I'm going to work right now. Because then, for example, from here, when you're in the starship, you can go into the planet you want, and then land there and explore the planet and do your thing, okay? Okay, so pretty long explanation, and I think I did like a really bad job, but that's it. Whatever. Anyways, now the thing I'm trying to like rework is this, the planetary system mechanic, basically, because I kind of want to be able to like to control the ship there. So when you're in space, I want to be able to control the ship and navigate the space. Okay, that's something I think could be really cool. I want to at least like try and prototype it to see how good it feels. And I have a couple ideas of how I would like to do that. Okay, so one of the main I think inspirations or maybe references is this game. Okay, this game has a level where you control, you're like in a ship. Maybe you know this game, Battletoads. Is an amazing game. It's really tough. It's really hard game, but I love it. This is Battletoads and Double Dragon. So there's one level in this game where you basically are in a starship. It's like a tiny, okay, that was loud. So you're basically in this starship, okay? Okay, let me just pause the music for a moment so we can watch this. Okay, so yeah, whatever, the dialogue, okay. Okay, so watch this. This is you basically. So the player here controls the ship, and it has like the same mechanic as asteroids basically. This is basically asteroids, okay? And what I like about this is that like I would like, this is just a thought, and I want to prototype this and try it and see how it feels, if it's cool. But basically, in asteroids, how you control the ship is you turn around with your D-pad, okay, and then you have to use your thrusters to move. Okay, so you have to rotate the ship, and then you thrust. Okay, is that how you pronounce thrust? Okay, I think it is. So you can see it's like not moving, like the background is scrolling because it's whatever, but it's like not moving. And you can see there like well, it's not moving at all. Okay, is there any point where it, okay, you can see there like it does that movement that only can be done when you basically rotate the starship with the movement keys, okay, with the axis, and then you have another button for the thrusters, okay, so you can move with propulsion. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's basically the idea. Okay, this is one of the ideas I have for this, and that's basically what's going to be different about this stream, because I'm going to do some research about like games like this. I'm going to watch some shoot 'em ups and stuff to see what I like and which kind of, like, the thing I'm sure about, the thing I know I want to do is isometric view. You can see here the ship is of course isometric, okay, but there's there's some pros and cons with this, okay. So as you can see, in order to make this isometric and to be able to rotate the ship, okay, if I'm going to make it like that, where you can let me see if I have like I think I have, wait a minute, here maybe, okay, yeah, here, okay. So imagine this, you have the ship here. Now the thing is, let me put the music back on, okay. The thing with this is that you can't, like, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, now it should work. When you want to rotate the ship here, you cannot do it like this because it's going to be weird, because it has perspective, okay. And the perspective is basically like this, okay. This is the perspective. Well, this is not really in the isometric perspective, but you get the point. Okay, so that's basically the angle, okay, of the camera. So if I want to do that kind of asteroid mechanic where you can traverse the space by just like rotating the ship and then thrusting through the space, the thing that's not so great about this is basically that I have to draw so many frames of the ship, because I have to draw it. Let me see if I can show you here. Was it here? Yeah, it's here. Okay, just see how many frames I would have to draw of the ship. Okay, so this is the, I don't know, the front one, the normal one, or maybe this, using the cardinal directions, this would be like north east, okay. Then I have to, you know, I have to draw all of the sprites of the sprites on each of those angles, okay, of rotation. You can see, like, I think that this is fine, okay. It's fine if I want to do this, and it's fine to have to draw all of this, because it will only be drawing this ship in all of the directions, and that's it, because there's no animation on the ship, and that's it. But the thing is that if I want for the player to be able to get other ships, which I'm thinking about not letting the player do that, okay. But if I were to let's say I let the player have different ships, so you can find other ships, or maybe you can steal ships from enemies you kill, and you get the ships, their ship, and that's it, you have a new ship. So the thing with that is that I would need to draw a lot of starships, okay, and I would need to draw all of them in all of the different rotations that there is here, okay. That's the main thing. And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing that maybe, like, if I want to do this mechanic where you can control the ship like this, I think it would be really cool if you can also fight other ships. Okay, and in that case, I think that like I would need to have other like sprites for other ships that you will be fighting. Okay, so it's not only the player ship that I need to draw that many frames of rotation, but it's also for all of the enemy ships that I draw. Okay, and not only enemy ships, maybe you find like an NPC ship. Okay, so yeah, so this is a pretty cool idea. I really like it, but the thing is, it's pretty, like, it's too much artwork. Okay, that's the main issue basically. And yeah, I think I could do it anyways. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I would like to do some research first. I would like to see some references and like and yeah, like just do some research basically. That's what I want to do this stream. I don't know if I'm going to yeah, I'm thinking of ideas. So yeah, basically I want to prototype this so that I can see how it feels like, okay, playing like that. So I could go straight into prototyping that, maybe. But yeah, like I said, I would like to do some research. So I'm going to do that in a moment, okay? But first I want to show you finally what I've been doing these past couple days. I didn't stream, but I did some progress on the traveling sequence basically. So this is how it looks right now, okay? This is pretty much the same. This is like the animation, going into a new constellation. You get into the new constellation, okay? You get that decoration, and then the landing star has those, like, I call them electrons, those orbiting particles. I think that's really cool, and you can see my face is going completely white. So I think that's pretty cool. I really like it. I really like how it's turning out. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I did this particle animation. I will show you that in a sprite in a minute. Okay, so at one point I added like a text there that said something like approaching star and the name of the star, but I don't know if I like having text everywhere. So I was thinking about this too for a good amount of time, and basically I don't know if I want for my game to have like a lot of text. I think I want the game to be like pretty light on text, to have like the less amount of text possible. And there's a couple reasons for that. One of the reasons is it's getting dark in here, so I'm going to turn on the light. Give me one moment. Okay. Okay, I'm watching my kitty. And I left some chicken there. And she's like, she doesn't understand what's happening. Okay, she's eating it. That's cute. Okay. So, yeah, basically, I forgot what I was saying. So dumb. Oh yeah, so I was talking about text. So I don't know if I want the game to be text heavy. Like, I want as minimal text as possible in the game, and there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, and I think this is the most important one, because I basically, my hair is a bit weird. It's okay. If I add text to the game, then if for some reason, well, if in the future the game does well and a lot of people want to play the game and buy it and blah blah, and let's say I get a publisher or something like that, the thing is, localization is something that you should think about when working in a game that has text and conversations and dialogues and all of that. So basically, I am thinking that I would like to experiment with just using symbols in the game for describing things and that kind of thing. Because the more text there is, the more work there is for localization, okay? And yeah, I'm thinking way ahead of my time, because like right now I'm just prototyping a lot of things and I'm pretty early in the development, but like the thing is that I want to set some like definitions about the language in the game, not the language like English and Spanish and all of that. I'm talking about the visual language and how things are described in the game and how the player learns that language of the game. Okay, so I'm going to use Minecraft again as an example, and basically Minecraft has like very little text. When you interact with like a villager, they just make a sound, they don't talk, you don't have dialogues, you basically don't have like, the only text you see in Minecraft is like maybe the achievements and like the name of the things that you pick up. That's it. So that's really cool, because like the player doesn't need to understand the name of the things or have like a big sign that says, okay, put this here and that there and you craft something. Players presented with like things that he can drop in the, he can pick up, okay, and he can open the, well, they can open the inventory, they can move stuff around, and they can use the crafting table and like put things in the crafting tables, and some things in some combinations make new things. Okay, so that's pretty basic language, and you basically don't need any text there. So I want to go like sort of in that direction with the game. I don't want to be adding text everywhere. So like when you pick up an item and the item has like a name and a description and blah blah blah, I just want to, for the elements in the game to be really easy to understand, and to have its own language that you like. For example, in all games there was also not much text in all games, for example NES games, and there are some things that are universal, okay, such as for example the health pickups. Okay, you know that a health pickup is it can be like a little box like this with a red cross in the middle. That's health. Okay, you can also see like a plate with like maybe like chicken, okay, and you can see that and say, okay, it's full, that's health. Or maybe you see like a can of like Coke. Okay, you see this and say, okay, that's health too. So that's like a universal visual language that I want to try to go into that direction about the elements in the game. So when you pick up items, you see the item, you instantly know what it is and what it does. Okay, if that's health, if that's like, I don't know, ammunition or energy of something for crafting another thing. I don't know if I'm going to have crafting in my game. I don't really know, but yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. I have been thinking about this, and I want to try to maintain that and to explore that and see if I can pull that off. Okay, so that's my idea. Okay, so that was my whole explanation, just to explain why I put some text here in this animation sequence and then I removed it. But I think it's necessary because I need to talk about all of the things. And of course, this stream, this is not only a live stream, this is getting documented, or like all of the streams are being like saved and uploaded to YouTube. So this is the documentation and registry of my whole development journey. Well, that's the idea. I don't need to explain that, but whatever. Anyways. Okay, so okay, so here we basically have this ready. Okay, this is, yeah, there's a couple things that are not great. Let me show you really quick. But this is those things, I'm going to leave those for later, because right now I just want to jump into the next step. But you're going to see now the issue with this. So you can see here, batches is like going from like 300 to 500, okay? And it gets to 1000, which is really bad. It's really, really bad. This is a lot of batches, okay? And setbatch call is also too high. That's too high, okay? And that's because I'm lazy, and I did this in a way that I'm using a lot of materials, okay? So in Unity you have materials for every like thing that gets displayed in the screen, okay? For example, if you have a sprite like this is a sprite, okay? This as a material, okay? And the material is this. And for each material, for each unique material that's not shared between all other objects, for each new material there's like a new set pass call, okay? The idea for optimization is to reduce that to the minimum possible. And basically, when you see the stars that go through the animation, okay, the star field, that's basically each star has its own material instance, and the pool of stars that I'm using to do that animation is like, I think it's 1,400, like 1,400 stars, which is a lot. So that's basically the problem. And yeah, I have some tasks here that I set in the star field, okay? So here I basically set a couple tasks for optimizing that, which is optimize star field, disable all the stars that are not in the visible range, because not all of the stars are visible within the camera. Some of them go outside, so those should be disabled basically. Then instantiate one material per star color. That's another thing. So there's a couple things happening in the star shader, okay? So let me show you really quick here just to explain really quick how this works. Okay, so when you go here, okay, each star has a unique material, okay? That's one thing. And like the colors of the stars are limited because like I'm not using infinite colors. I have like a set limited palette, okay? But so you say, okay, maybe just create one material per color of the palette for the stars, okay? And then use the same material for each of the stars. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to do when I optimize this. But another thing that's happening is that effect you see where the star like is far away and you see the little dot. Let's see this star, okay? When it gets closer, you can see it being like getting bigger, okay? So the sprite is changing based on the position relative to the camera, okay? So that's what happened. That's what's happening, and that's happening in the shader. So the shader is like making all of the calculations, okay? Doing all of the calculations and seeing, okay, the star is too far away from the camera, set the, okay, so that's the camera, okay? The star is here, okay, set the smallest sprite. And as it gets closer and closer, it changes the sprite to like a bigger version, okay? And this is not 3D also, this is all simulated. This is, the stars are not moving in real 3D. This is happening with some calculations to make like a star field effect. So I'm moving the stars from point 0, from the center of the screen, I'm moving them towards the edge of the screen with some like algorithm that makes them go faster and faster and faster as they move outside of the screen, okay? So that gives the effect of them moving in 3D. So that's why I'm using, oh yeah, and you can see like I have the, let me just open up a sprite. I'm going to show you something here. Oh, maybe I don't have this open. Star sprites, okay. Star sizes, I can open this. You can see this, okay? So I manually draw all of the sizes of the star, okay? And it has those colors because basically I'm setting the color via the shader too. And it's being set additively because if I multiply, it's going to look a bit weird. And additively, it looks much better and much brighter, okay? So yeah, I'm going to basically make this star do the calculation of the distance to change the sprite, I have to do that like on each star manually, because it's, yeah, I think for the visible stars that I think are maybe around 200, I think that's the maximum amount of stars you can see in the animation at once. So for that amount of scripts to be like updating every frame, checking the distance to the camera and that, I think that's totally fine. So that's one of the ideas I have for optimizing. Then I have like manage the C distance texture on each star script. That's what I just said. Maybe even use only sprite for decoration stars. So yeah, that's another thing. All of the stars that are like in the animation, all of those are prefabs that has like have a script. They have a multiple child objects. So you have to basically multiply for each star. I think they have like 3 child objects. So you have to multiply the pool by 3 or 4 maybe. So yeah. It's pretty intensive, and I think that's not necessary at all. So I'm going to be optimizing that in the future. But right now, what I'm going to do is basically start. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the little electron thing animation. So this is the animation I did, which I think is pretty cool. This is basically what appears in the landing star, and yeah, this is to basically make it stand out from the other ones, and also because the landing star is like a special star that has like that portal or maybe terminal where you can go and input a new constellation, blah blah. So from that star you can go into other constellations. So yeah. Pretty cool. Okay. So it's been an hour. I'm going to take a break right now, okay? And I'm going to be back in a couple minutes, okay? So, be right back. Hey, I'm back. Are you winning? Okay. Okay. So, I realized that I'm too loud when I talk, and I think like maybe this volume is totally fine. Yeah, I don't know why I scream so much when I talk. I have the microphone really close, and I think like when I start talking really loud, I clip the microphone, but I don't think that's an issue. But I would like to start talking a bit like to lower my volume, because after the stream I get my voice really tired and doesn't make any sense. Okay, so yeah, okay. So now that we have the Starfield refactorized, okay, I have this thing which was the thing I was using before, okay. And I think I'm going to remove this, okay, because well, maybe I can just leave it here for now and that's it, because like I'm not going to use it anymore. I don't think so. Well, yeah, I am not going to use it at all, because this scene is only for what I just explained, which is you enter the scene to just like watch this the sequence of going into a new constellation, okay? That's basically the idea. So let's watch some references, okay? I think this one is pretty cool. I want to pause this for a moment. Okay, that's loud. So I really like this. I really like the like this concept, this mechanic of like navigating like this with your ship, like rotating and then thrusting forward. That's a really cool mechanic, and I like what I really want in the planetary system scene is for the player to feel the like that they are able to explore the space, basically. Okay, that's what I want. And I'm trying to think like how would I want to do that, because I'm thinking that yeah, maybe I should grab this and just remove it from here. And I don't know if I have like a board for this. It should be planetary system. Okay, I have this. Okay. Yeah, so this is the first idea I had. This is just like some references of like planet sprites, which I think I should be moving this to another board I have, which is NES games references. I have like some boards where I often play retro games. That's the favorite thing I like to do. Like I prefer playing retro games than like, I don't know, modern games. Sometimes I play like Fortnite or Counter-Strike with my friends because that's all they play. but like I really like playing retro games, and I like playing games to get like inspiration or like ideas and that kind of things. And those, all of these are screenshots I took from games I played. Okay, that's really cool. And yeah, whatever, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm going to put that here. Okay. Whatever. Now, okay, so this is my first this was my first like implementation of the planetary system. So you enter planetary system, start in no orbit, so you're basically floating in space in like whatever, a random spot in space. Let me put the music back on. Some planets on the background. Okay, so you're here. Okay, this is the planetary system. You can see some of the planets. Like, imagine if you grab a starship and just go into space, but you stay within the solar system. Okay, that's basically what I imagine. So you basically are going to be within that star system. Okay, so then you're in your ship. Okay, and then you open terminal to select planet. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, then you go to the planet orbit, and then you're in the planet orbit, and here you can basically hold the button to land on the planet, and then you go to the planet. All of this is what I did before. Okay, and that's fine, but like, this is not fun. Like, every time you want to go to another planet, if you have to be doing this all the time, it's not a really fun gameplay. So what I really want to do is for the player to be in space and like navigate through the space, because that's one of the things that's like fun to do when you think about a space game. Okay, you have your ship and you can go into space and go. Okay, that's what I think. So basically I have here, let me just, oh yeah, I lost that. Whatever. So let me just go into planet. I have planetary system V2. Okay, this is the new one I did. Okay, so my idea with this, okay, this is kind of what I explained, which is like, I think you could have this mini map here. I think that's fun, that's cool to have. I'm thinking also that maybe you would open this with a button, because I think it's cool to have like only this. It's like, aesthetically it's pretty cool, I think. So sorry. So yeah, basically I would have like you would have this. This is your, I don't know what the name of this is. I don't really know, but this I call it mini map, but I think it has some kind of like technical name, like, I don't know, terminal or like console or like display, I don't know. Anyways, I think this is cool. This is a cool idea. And like, I think I would like to do this in the planetary system. Okay, So basically, imagine that. Imagine this. I would like for the ship to be like this big. That would be really cool. But I don't know if it's going to look really cool, like when rotating it. Well, maybe it will. I don't know. I think I would maybe make it like a bit slower, a tiny bit slower. Not slower, smaller. Maybe like that, because let's say, for example, I want to have enemies, okay? So if you have like enemies, okay, maybe like if the starship is too big on screen, you don't have like a lot of space to react. And also I'm thinking that it should be like centered, but maybe like with some like look ahead space. So in this case you have all of this space for look ahead, okay? So you can see in the thirds the spaceship is in the lower third, okay? That's great. So basically the camera would have this, all of this space would be basically for look ahead of the camera. And when you rotate, okay, when you go, so this is for when you go into that direction, but if you go to that direction, if you like rotate the ship, then the camera should go, should put the ship like here, okay? So you have a lot of room. Well, maybe that's too much, but you get the point, I think. Anyways, okay. Okay. So yeah, this is a pretty cool idea. Let me just undo everything. Okay, so now let's see some games. Let's watch some videos of games. Okay, this is pretty cool. So this is one of the references I have. I think I have a good screenshot of this. I don't know why I keep closing this folder and I always have to open it up again, so I'm going to leave it open. Okay, so let's see. I have like a ton of references here from like Sega Genesis games. It's like space games, so I should have, yeah, I do have. Okay, okay, so yeah, I have the screenshots here. So yeah, you can see here, like you have the ship. I think I could copy this and bring it to, is it, yeah, there, okay. Yeah, this is, well, I think I should do this and then this. And then I can copy this and put it here, okay? That's too big. Okay, maybe that's too small. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's fine. I can move it here like that, or anywhere, doesn't matter. Okay, perfect. So that's one of the references I have. Then I have, let me see. Okay, so this is like a world map in the game called BOB, which is a really cool game. It's not like one of the most played games in the Genesis, but on the Genesis, but like this is pretty good, and I played when I was a kid. It's one of the games I used to play. I really like this. Like this, it's like in the middle of space. It's like a flat rock floating in space that has a couple things. I don't know. This is really cool. I really like this. And there's also another game that has something similar to this, which is Toe Jam and Earl. It's a really cool game. So, yeah, but I think I'm not going to use this for the reference. Yeah. So that's what I have that I could use. Then I have like several I have several of this. Look at this. This is so cool, man. This is from Generations Lost, which is a really cool game that I didn't know when I was younger, like when I was a kid. I played it last year, and I didn't know it. It's from the same team that made like the first X-Men game for the Genesis, and it's so cool, man. It's so cool. I really like this game. So yeah, this is so cool. This looks so amazing. But yeah, anyways, so I have here some screenshots. Oh, flashback, another one. This one was really fun to play. This was really cool. Then I have this one looks cool. This is from what's the name of this game? Dangerous Seed, I think it is. So cool. Has some really cool graphics for the Genesis. That's so great. And then you have flashback. Yeah, that we saw that just then. Yeah, there's like a ton of things. There are a couple things that I like from here. Like this space background is really nice. It's really cool. I'm in love with this scene, bro. Okay, so yeah, but I don't think we have references to pick up from here. Maybe this. I could maybe do something like this. Take a screenshot like this big. I think it's going to be fine. Or maybe, oh yeah, this is not merged. Yeah, maybe I should just grab it like this and put it here. Okay, so cool, man. Okay, then what else do I have? What else can I borrow? So yeah, there's this, for example. Okay, those are cool too. Yeah, those are pretty cool too. Okay, I'm going to copy those and I'm going to paste them here. Okay, I can paste them like up here too. That's going to be completely fine. Yeah, that's it, I think. Oh, this also looks really cool. This also looks really cool, but this is like side view, and I don't think I want this to be side view. I copied this because this is sort of like, yeah, it's whatever, but this is so cool, man. The thing is, I don't really want it to be like a side scroller, like a shoot 'em up. I want it to be isometric. I think that's much more, I don't know, I like it more. So, okay, and then I have this one too. Let's see what I have here. Okay, I have nothing here. Okay. I have the document prepared for more references in the future, I think. Okay, perfect. I also have this one where I have some pixel art from other people that's really good. But I don't think I have anything from like for like space or anything like that here. So yeah, I think with that I have like a pretty good picture, I think. But I also would like to keep like to watch a couple videos maybe. I'm going to be here for maybe about half an hour. Well, I don't really know. I didn't do anything today. I was talking and talking and talking. That's fine though. That's fine. But yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I could end the stream. I just realized what time it is right now. And yeah, it's not great. So I'm thinking a couple things. Well, it's only been an hour and 37 minutes. It's like pretty short for my regular streams. I usually stay for like 2 hours and a half, like that kind of length for the stream, but like yeah, I'm feeling a bit like tired right now. And I'm thinking that maybe I could stream tomorrow. I would try to stream on Sunday, but you know what happens on Sunday. I always like to just rest and not do anything because it's like a really chill day for me. So yeah, I don't really know. Like one thing yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I could stream tomorrow, maybe like a for like maybe 3 hours. I don't know. I keep saying this, like I'm going to stream then or whatever, and I end up doing other things, so I think it's better if I don't plan too much. Like the thing is, I want to have some kind of. This past 2 or 3 weeks have been a bit hard for me to stream because I had a lot of things to do. But like I would like to have like a more consistent schedule. Well, for the past weeks I've been streaming like on Monday, Friday and Saturday, which is really cool, which is fine. But I will also like to be able to stream on Wednesday too. So then if I stream for like 2 hours, that's not too bad because I stream like 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Wednesday, 2 hours on Friday and on Saturday, and that's like 8 hours in total. And sometimes I can go for like 2 hours and a half, so yeah. Around 10 hours per week. That's what I want. I would like to be able to dedicate to the game, but it's really hard with like a 9-to-5 job. Well, not 9 to 5, but it's like a full-time job. So yeah, I can't really do that much. So anyways. I'm going to just I think I'm going to end the stream right now, and I'm going to continue tomorrow. That's it. I think that's it. I didn't do anything today, but I was talking a lot and explaining a lot of things, which I think are good. But yeah, at the same time, I would like to make progress actually in the game. But yeah, I think we were like, I was like thinking, brainstorming some ideas, which is really cool. So yeah, maybe we continue tomorrow with this, which will be like making, trying to prototype and design the mechanics for the planetary system. Okay, so I think I maybe tomorrow I will be more prepared to just have like some videos and watch the videos and do some stuff already in Unity. So yeah, I think we can just I can just go and jump into the scene. Okay, so this is the scene. This is the starship. This is the old design. I don't know if I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to keep it. It's cool and all, but yeah, it's like, oh, I'm dropping frames? I don't know. Whatever. So yeah. What am I doing here? Okay. Yeah. So that's going to be the stream for today. In the next stream, we are going to be to start with this, with the prototyping for for planetary system mechanics. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. As always, thank you very much for watching, for chatting, for coming by, and for staying and for not staying and everything. Thank you very, very much. Don't forget to join the Discord. Now we have the command on YouTube too. That's really good. That's fine. It's a bit slower than Twitch, but it's okay. Well, it's not even working, I think. Anyways, it's going to pop up at some point. So, that's it. Thank you very much. Join the Discord to get notifications for when I go live. And if you want to share some of your stuff, your art, games, music, anything, or just chill and play some games too, I don't know. And that's it. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to see you in the next stream.